Today, my boss, who knows I'm Armenian, and yes, I am a proud Armenian who also has Jewish blood and a bit of Italian and Greek blood too, which matters for what I am to say soon. Today he said, I hope you feel a bit better since he heard that there's been ceasefire between Azerbaijan and Armenia over the Artsakh region. And I thought, my God, as though we've been hearing about it before. Now it's under the impression that everything is all right. No, it is not. I don't feel better, and I don't know any single Armenian whose heart is not broken right now. Yes, the bombs have been stopped being blown over schools, over civilians right now, and the Lachin Corridor has been open for humanitarian aid, but the genocide and the ethnic cleansing is still happening because by thousands people are leaving Artsakh. And let me tell you a couple of things. It's not Nagorno-Karabakh. I'm getting sick and tired of journalists calling it Nagorno-Karabakh. It's not Nagorno-Karabakh. It's Artsakh. In 1923, fucking Stalin gives this region, because it's part of Soviet Union and all, gives this to Azerbaijan as a political pacifier, because both Russia and the rest of Europe depends on the petroleum and oil that comes from Azerbaijan through this region. So it's a terribly important region. It gives it as a, like I said, as a political pacifier. And I'm also getting sick and tired of hearing journalists and in these interviews it being said, a couple of years ago, Azerbaijan has regained control over Nagorno-Karabakh. It has never regained over control of anything. My people, Armenians, indigenous Armenians, have lived on Artsakh before Jesus was born. I don't say that as a figure of speech. Before Jesus was born, indigenous Armenians, I repeat again, lived in Artsakh, flourished it, and made it what it has become over these years. A beautiful fortress of Armenia, again, always populated and controlled by Armenian forces. Before even Azerbaijan had diapers to put on as a country. It became an independent country in 1991. Well, again, my people have structures and incredible temples and churches there from 2nd century, 7th century. It's insane to me, this regained control conversation. Ethnic cleansing, genocide keep on continuing to happen. This is the second Armenian genocide under broad daylight, and the world powers are quiet about it, indifferent about it. And this is a humanitarian horror and catastrophe, because it gives a message to the rest of the world that these dictators, by the way, we don't have a problem with the people, I'll get to that, but the dictators who control the political atmosphere of these countries, of all Turkic nations, as a matter of fact, can do whatever fuck they want without impunity, without ever being punished. So these actions can continue to happen because they get away with this shit. One thing I want to mention that is not clear to the rest of the world: we Armenians don't have a problem with Turkic people per se. It is not a religious war. This is a conflict and a horrendous reality of our history, basically dependent on the political systems, basically humanity over money issues. Because our people together have built Byzantine Empire together. Our people side by side have built and lived in Constantinople, which was the jewel of the entire West Asia Minor. Eras ago, we've shared vineyards together, we've shared lands and rivers together. So it is not with the people that we have a problem. It is with the dictators who control the political atmosphere of all Turkic nations, Azerbaijan currently that I speak of, but Turkey also is side by side with them, who still hasn't accepted Armenian genocide. I'd like to point out that it's not just Armenians who suffer in their hands, but Romanians, Greeks, Yazdi people who have similar origins of pre-Zoroastrian origins like Armenians do. And this behavior over centuries and centuries is continuing without punishment. That is astounding, and that's what's breaking Armenians' hearts, and that is the beautiful message, I'm being sarcastic over here, that's being spread around the world to the rest of the nations and people. A couple of weeks ago, I also saw that 20-something European rabbis got together and created this letter complaining about the fact that Armenians say that there's a genocide happening in Artsakh, which is horrendous because out of all people, I would think that Jewish people would understand us, having gone through something similar. They were saying that Armenians are using this for their political gain. Well, shame on you. Israel is providing military aid to Azerbaijan, and so is Biden administration. And I, as an American citizen, tax-paying citizen, don't want to pay taxes anymore because my money goes to kill my own people. And that drives me fucking crazy. We have a huge problem that we need to deal with currently as a united people all around the world. Azeris always first aim the local internet antennas to obstruct their horrendous crimes from the world. So we have no way of sending footage to anyone else outside of that region. So we have this dilemma that needs to be resolved as soon as possible. We need to work at this unitedly. We have to have an alternative variant for internet connection, which brings us to Starlink and Mr. Elon Musk. My people, it's either through Serge Tankian's, Kardashian, Mrs. and Mr. Clooney's, whoever, however we can, we must get the message to Elon Musk to let access for Starlink in Armenia. And we must also secure Starlink satellites to make preparations for the, in my opinion, inevitable war that is to happen on the region of proper Armenia as well by Azeris. We are not naive, and we will prevail. We have to stay united together, and we have to make, as people, better choices of the people who govern us. I love you all. Stay connected.